the Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500 TP-Link Archer GX90, Asus ROG Rapture GT6, Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro, and Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 are the most popular Wi-Fi routers for gaming of 2025. But which is the absolute best? We're going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the network speed category, which has a multiplier of 2. Starting with the Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500, this router blew away the competition with its ability to move data back and forth in the 2.4-5 and 6 GHz bands. Using Ixia's Xchariot network simulation software, it delivered a peak throughput of 2.396 Gbps at 15 feet, a 42% jump over the Netgear Nighthawk AX8. However, its throughput falls off quickly with distance, making it less ideal for larger homes. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. Next up, the TP-Link Archer GX90. This router did well where it matters most, performance. It delivered sustained throughputs of between 1,100 megabits per second and over 1,300 megabits per second within 40 feet, ranking among the best multi-gig routers I've tested. However, it lacks a second 2.5 Gbps port, which limits its potential for high-speed wired connections. I rate it at 7 out of 10. Moving on to the Asus ROG Rapture GT6, this mesh router is our new speed king. It achieved an average wireless download speed of 809 megabits per second across all distances in our 5-room test setup, outperforming other mesh routers by a significant margin. Its support for full-width 160 MHz channels and the 5.9 GHz spectrum allows for more efficient data transfer. However, its gamer-inspired design might not appeal to everyone. I give it a 9 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro is designed for gamers who want to keep multiple devices connected and still get incredible gaming performance. It boasts a 2.0 GHz quad-core processor, providing the power to handle even the most demanding gaming networks. However, its price point might be a bit steep for casual users. I rate it at 8.5 out of 10. Finally, the Netgear Nighthawk XR1000. This router shares hardware with the Asus RTX 92U, which is far from top-notch, but it still delivers excellent performance. It proved to be much faster in network-attached storage performance when hosting an external storage device, with sustained copy speeds of 80 megabytes per second for writing and 104 megabytes per second for reading. However, it lacks a multi-gig port, capping its throughput at 1 Gbps. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. In this category, the Asus ROG Rapture GT6 takes the crown with its blazing fast speeds and impressive range, earning it a total of 9 points. Next, we are going to compare them on the range and coverage category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Starting with the Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500, this router boasts excellent speeds on the 5 GHz and 2.4 GHz bands, but its 6 GHz band has a significantly shorter range, covering only about 70% to 50% of the 5 GHz band's reach. It can handle a house of up to 2,000 square feet with no problem, but the 6 GHz band's limited range might be a drawback for larger homes. I give it a 7 out of 10. The TP-Link Archer GX90 delivers dominating wireless throughput from short to long range, with peak download numbers of 817.02 megabits per second, never dipping below 531.59 megabits per second at any location. However, its coverage might not be as extensive as some of its competitors, making it less ideal for very large homes. I rate it an 8 out of 10. Now, the Asus ROG Rapture GT6 is a very good router for use in an apartment, condo, or smaller home. It has great average speeds and coverage across a single floor, but since it's a Wi-Fi 6 router, it doesn't have a faster 6 GHz band that newer Wi-Fi 6E and 7 devices can take advantage of. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro, with its exclusive Asus Range Boost Plus technology, improves signal range and overall coverage by up to 38%. This makes it an excellent choice for larger homes, providing seamless coverage and no more dead zones. However, its high price might not justify the range for everyone. I rated a 9 out of 10. Finally, the Netgear Nighthawk XR1000, while not having a multi-gig port, still offers a decent Wi-Fi range, allowing you to blanket medium-sized households with strong wireless internet. It had a slightly more extended range than the Asus RTX 82U, about the same as the Asus RTX 86U, making it a solid choice for gamers looking for value. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 takes the crown in the range and coverage category, with a score of 9.5, offering excellent coverage for medium-sized homes at a competitive price. Next, we are going to compare them on the number of antennas category, which has a multiplier of 1. The Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500 is a beast with 12 single-band dipole antennas, providing extensive coverage and signal strength. However, the antennas are not upgradable, which might be a downside for some users. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. The TP-Link Archer GX90 comes with 8 detachable antennas, making it easy to adjust for optimal performance. But they are fixed in position, which can limit flexibility in signal direction. It scores a respectable 7 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GT6 stands out with 9 internal antennas, including a smart antenna for improved mesh connectivity. While this design is sleek, it lacks the external antenna flexibility that some gamers might prefer. I rate it at 7.5 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro features 8 external antennas, each responsible for an individual stream, offering robust signal broadcasting. However, these antennas are non-detachable, which might be a limitation for those who like to tinker. It earns a strong 8.5 out of 10. Finally, the Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 has 4 removable antennas, which is less than its competitors but still provides a decent range. The lower number of antennas might not cover as large an area, but it's more than enough for smaller homes. I give it a 6 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro takes the crown in this category, with its 8 external antennas, scoring 8.5 points, offering a balance between performance and customization. Next, we are going to compare them on the customization and control options category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500 is a bit of a letdown when it comes to customization. While it does offer basic settings like parental controls and access schedules, it lacks the advanced features found in other routers. The interface is not as user-friendly as I'd hoped, and some settings are only accessible through the mobile app, which can be frustrating for those who prefer a PC-based setup. I give it a 6 out of 10. The TP-Link Archer GX90, on the other hand, has recently introduced advanced parental control features, which is a significant improvement over its previous home care protection. However, the customization options are still somewhat limited compared to the competition, and the interface could use some refinement. It's a step in the right direction, but not quite there yet. I rate it a 7 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GT6 offers a comprehensive suite of customization options, including iMesh, eye protection, and game acceleration. The interface is intuitive and the mobile app is helpful, but the initial firmware release was buggy, which could be a deal breaker for some. Still, with its extensive features, it earns an 8 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro takes customization to the next level with its triple-level game acceleration, VPN fusion, and iMesh support. The interface is packed with useful settings, and the mobile app is a breeze to use. However, the high price point might not justify the features for everyone. It's a solid 9 out of 10. Finally, the Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 stands out with its game-centric firmware, DumeOS 3.0. It offers sophisticated control options like traffic controller, network monitor, and connection benchmark, which are excellent for gamers. However, the interface can be sluggish, and some features require subscriptions. Despite these drawbacks, its unique gaming focus earns it a 9.5 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro wins this category with its extensive customization options, scoring 9 points before the multiplier. It's the clear choice for those who want the most control over their network settings. Finally, we are going to compare them on the security features category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500 offers robust security with Netgear Armor, but it comes at an additional cost after a 30-day trial. It's a bit disappointing that such a high-end router doesn't include this feature for free, especially when competitors offer similar security without extra charges. 6 out of 10. The TP-Link Archer GX90 includes a comprehensive security suite called Home Care Trademark, which provides antivirus protection, malicious site checking, and port intrusion prevention. However, it lacks some of the advanced features found in other routers like parental controls or a VPN service. 7 out of 10. Finally, the Asus ROG Rapture GT6 comes with Eye Protection Pro, powered by Trend Micro, offering lifetime updates and advanced parental controls. It's a solid choice for gamers looking for security without ongoing costs, but it lacks device-level security software. 8 out of 10. The Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro also features Eye Protection Pro, providing comprehensive security with the latest WPA3 protocol and automatic updates. It's a step up from the GT6 with its VPN capabilities for secure public Wi-Fi connections, but it's still missing some of the more granular control options. 9 out of 10. The Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 includes a subscription-based security service called Netgear Armor, which offers advanced features like vulnerability assessment and Bitdefender VPN. However, the lack of free built-in VPN client and the need for a subscription for full security features might be a letdown for some users. 7 out of 10. In this category, the Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro takes the lead with its comprehensive security suite and VPN capabilities, scoring a solid 9 out of 10. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro stands out with its score of 70.5. Using this router, I experienced exceptional gaming performance without a hiccup, thanks to its powerful quad-core processor and extensive customization options. Its comprehensive security features, including Eye Protection Pro and VPN capabilities, provide peace of mind while pushing the limits of what you can do in-game. If you are serious about gaming and seeking the top-notch performance and advanced features, the GTX 11000 Pro should be at the top of your list. As for the rest of the contenders, each has its own merits. The Asus ROG Rapture GT6 with a score of 66.25, offers impressive mesh connectivity, making it ideal for multi-floor homes. Meanwhile, the Netgear Nighthawk XR1000 provides a solid performance at 63.5, well-suited for mid-sized homes with its game-centric firmware. The TP-Link Archer GX90 comes in at 57.5, delivering consistent performance across various ranges, though slightly less customizable than some might prefer. Lastly, the Netgear Nighthawk RAXE500, scoring 5.5, excels with its speed, but falls short in customization options. All in all, while Asus ROG Rapture GTX 11000 Pro takes the lead, the choice depends on your specific priorities and home setup.